Ben Hallen's group stayed undefeated yesterday with a win over Minnesota, 69-51. They're in the top 25 as well. What do you make of Mississippi State here pre-conference?
Well, Jans took over. I think Jans took over.
Right. I'm sorry.
But I mean, shoot, they had that. Nobody scored 55 on them. I mean, they're good. They're good, and they are elite defensively. They really play to their strengths. If they don't turn the ball over, they're going to be very difficult out, especially in Starkville. And so, you know, they're a good team. They play through Tolu Smith, who's one of the best big kids in the league. He's averaging almost a double-double. They play through him. They pound that ball in the post to him. They feed the paint. You know, Moore's been pretty good for him at point guard. DJ Jeffries played really well for him last night at Minnesota, and so he was a talented kid. People forget now, DJ Jeffries, he was committed to Kentucky at one point. He's a five-star, Olive Branch, Mississippi. He's committed to Kentucky. He ended up going to Memphis when Penny took over, and then transferred from Memphis to Mississippi State. So you're talking about a very, very talented guy who's now gotten older. You know, he's an older, talented guy, and he's somebody who's been playing well for him. Also, Cam Matthews, you know, he played for him last year a little bit with Howland, who was more of a 3. And Jans has moved him to the 4, and he's just a rugged, really, really good player. You know, a lot of times it's fit. You know, Matthews is a tremendous player for Jans, probably a better player for Jans than he would have been for almost anywhere else that he could have gone. And so, you know, a lot of times it's about fit, and Matthews really fits. I think their pieces really fit well for what Jans is looking to do and how Jans wants to play and how Jans wants to go about things. I think that the team's really built for him. And so I think they're somebody that's going to be a problem in the SEC. I look for them to finish in the top half of the SEC. And like I said, I mean, good luck scoring on them, especially at home. For them to impose their will on the road, I know Minnesota's not a great team, but just to go in there and do what they do, win by 18, it ain't good. It ain't easy to beat any Power 5 team on the road by 18. It doesn't matter who you're playing. And for them to go in there and do that and kind of cut their water off and do what they do. And if you look, I mean, I watched the game. It was the only game on late last night. I watched the game on Big Ten Network. I mean, shoot, Minnesota, I mean, they threw in some threes. They banked a 3 in. I mean, they hit some tough shots just to get to 51. Yeah. I mean, just to get to 51. They hit some mid-range jumpers. I mean, they hit some tough shots. And I'm telling you, State doesn't give you anything easy. It's going to be like going to the orthodontist when you play them. It's not going to be fun. You may beat them, but it is going to be zero fun.